You're watching the station that's working for you, WMAR 2 News. Now, Good Morning Maryland.
Someone attacked a priest in Baltimore's Little Italy neighborhood over the weekend. The priest spoke with WMAR 2 News about what happened. We're going to hear from him coming up.
And some students in Baltimore County may not be catching the bus to school today as the district warns parents about a possible sick out of bus drivers.
I'm John Mattery's. Christmas decorations are expensive this year. I'll show you how to save and even find some free ones coming up.
Can we get him a holiday sweater or something? Does he always wear his dress shirts?
Well, while he chops down branches from his neighbor's yard?
Somebody get him an ugly sweater, you know, from the crew here at Channel 2 for John Mattery's. Yeah, we could do that. A Baltimore-themed sweater for John Mattery's. 6:30 right now. This is Monday morning, November the 15th. Good morning, Maryland. I'm Christian Schaefer.
And I'm Megan Knight alongside Chief Meteorologist Lynette Charles, who is here with her Super 7-day forecast.
And while you guys are getting him a sweater, get me a cape.
That's right.
Yes, we need to work on that.
Could be part of the uniform that you have for the Super 7-day forecast.
Exactly, because it's going to be a good one, that's for sure. We do have a little bit of everything. So if you do like colder temperatures, I got that for you today. I have it for you tomorrow. If you want temperatures in the 60s, I have that for you on your Wednesday. And if you like temperatures in the 70s, I think that we can creep that out, get that one out before it's all said and done on your Thursday. So here is the Super 7-day forecast with that high temperature today coming in about 51 degrees. We will see a mix of sun and clouds out there. We did have a few spotty showers earlier this morning. We're dealing with snow showers back off into western Maryland, not central Maryland, maybe a couple of flurries around central Maryland today, but we are going to stay mainly on the dry side. And the big story of the day is the fact of the wind chill. It's going to be quite windy out there, so that 51 is going to feel more like we are in the 40s before it's all said and done for today. As we head into your Tuesday, what can we expect? More of the same. Temperatures staying below average, and that bus stop forecast is going to be chilly for the pickup, just like this morning. And as we go in through the day, we are looking at temperatures before it's all said and done. Coming home, that temperature in the upper 40s. As we head towards your Wednesday and we break that day planner down for you, we will start you out with plenty of sunshine in the forecast with those temperatures much warmer, coming in right around 63 degrees before it's all said and done. Let's get a check of the traffic now with Lauren.
Thank you very much, Lynette. I'm tracking a crash on 295 that brought down a tree. It's leading to delays southbound at Powder Mill Road, but we are finally starting to see improvements. There's also a crash reported on Route 50 at the Bay Bridge. It blocks the left westbound lane. More trouble in Baltimore County, where there's an accident on 83, leading to heavy backup southbound as you approach Schwann Road. Speeds down to 9 miles per hour, so you might want to take York Road instead. The JFX is clear into downtown Baltimore. No backups here on 695 in Towson. The tunnels are also up to speed. The Fort McHenry Tunnel and 895 here at the Split are moving right along. There is a fire to watch out for in West Baltimore, leading to a road closure. West North Avenue now shut down between Monroe Street and Fulton Avenue.
All right, Lauren, thank you. And we just got in some video of that fire in West Baltimore that you heard Lauren just mention. It's a row home on West North Avenue, right near Fulton Avenue in the Penn North neighborhood. Flames, as you can see there, shooting from the windows on the first and second floor. That fire is now under control. No word if anyone was inside the house or if anyone was hurt from this. This is a live picture now. Our photographer just arrived on the scene there. So live picture of the aftermath. As you can see, that home is just gutted. Again, the area of North Avenue shut down, but and again, no word if anyone was hurt. But of course, we'll keep following the story and bring you updates as we get them. Well, a local priest attacked in the middle of the afternoon is talking to WMAR 2 News about what all happened.
Yeah, Father Bernard Carmen says he parked his car across the street from St. Leo's in Little Italy when he noticed a man and a woman in a car that was behind him.
As soon as I got out of my car, the man came running from the other car, ran around in front of me and said, "Give me your wallet." And I said, "No." Well, immediately he pulled out a gun and just kept repeating, "Give me your wallet."
So the pastor says the man hit him on the side of the head with the gun. You see the injury right there. Carmen says he hit his head on a brick wall but did not lose consciousness. He was treated at the hospital and is expected to recover. The pastor was able to hold the masses as normal on Sunday. The two people that took his cell phone and his wallet, police have not made any arrests in that case. It is 6:34 right now. The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops starts today in downtown Baltimore. The bishops are expected to talk about the issue of whether President Biden is unworthy of receiving communion, given his support for abortion rights. Last month, Pope Francis said the president should continue receiving communion at Mass. And coinciding with that meeting of the bishops is an event tomorrow called the Church Militant Enough is Enough prayer rally. That's going to be at Miku Pavilion in the Inner Harbor tomorrow morning at 11. Far-right political commentator Milo Yiannopoulos and Donald Trump's former chief strategist Steve Bannon are expected to join that Michigan-based group at the rally. But today, Bannon is scheduled to turn himself in to federal authorities. On Friday, a grand jury indicted Bannon on a charge of contempt of Congress. Bannon has refused to appear before the congressional committee that's investigating the events of January 6th at the U.S. Capitol. Now, the city of Baltimore had tried to stop that rally involving Steve Bannon from happening. The city lost in court. It's not known yet what Bannon's indictment will mean for that rally in Baltimore, which is scheduled for tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock.
Well, parents in Baltimore County are being told to have some backup transportation plans in place this week as the district warns about a possible sick out of bus drivers. WMAR 2 News' Aaron McPherson joins us live this morning from Perry Hall High School with the details about this. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning. Well, school officials sent out a message to parents warning them that bus drivers for Baltimore County Public Schools may be planning a call out, which would mean several drivers would not be doing their job for the day and impacting several routes throughout the county. Now, this isn't something that is definitely happening, but once the school district heard that this is a potential, they wanted to talk with parents, make sure that they were aware, and be ready to coordinate another ride or form of transportation for their child to get to school if necessary. Now, last week there was a massive call out forcing Baltimore County leaders to act fast. They announced incentives and bonuses for drivers to come work in the county and stay here. But is it enough? The financial plan states new drivers would get a $250 signing bonus. For existing drivers, they could get $250 as well if they refer a new driver. And if drivers have perfect attendance, they can get an extra $50 for that particular month. And they're working on paying existing drivers a retention bonus of $1,000 during winter and spring break. There's also an hourly pay increase for shift differential, and full-time drivers will get a cost of a living adjustment. Now, Anne Arundel and Howard counties recently announced bonuses and incentives for their drivers, $5,000. In Howard County, they're getting that money before Christmas, and Anne Arundel get it half right away and the rest as the year goes on. So a bigger chunk of money than what Baltimore County is offering, at least immediately. So we're working to figure out if that is the reason behind another potential call out for Baltimore County Public School bus drivers. It is something we are monitoring closely, and Baltimore County school officials say they are doing everything they can to hire new drivers and keep existing ones. For now, we're live here at Perry Hall. Aaron McPherson, WMAR 2 News.
Okay, we'll see how that goes today. Aaron, thanks very much. 6:37 right now. Closing arguments begin today in the trial of the 18-year-old accused of murdering two men during a Black Lives Matter protest. More on that story coming up.
And all month long, Mark Roper is taking a closer look at missing persons cases in Maryland. And up next, he puts in focus the case of a missing man from Elkton.
Beat the stress with the Planet Fitness Black Card for zero enrollment, $22.99 a month, and feel great with all the perks. Hurry, deal ends November 16th.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment at $22.99 a month, now through November 16th.
Alliance Material Handling is hiring. For over 65 years, Alliance Material Handling has been a leader in the constantly growing warehouse solutions industry. We have openings for experienced forklift technicians who would like to grow their career with a company that values, respects, and supports all of their employees. If you're looking for a new career in this field, Alliance has a structured and exciting technician trainee program. So what are you waiting for? To view all openings, visit our career page at alliancemat.com. Alliance Material Handling, employee-owned, employee-driven. Ask us about our significant sign-on bonus for qualified technicians.
The cold weather is on the way. Let BGE Home ensure your HVAC equipment is in peak performance. We're here to keep your heating system running smoothly with over 400 certified professionals with an average of 11 years of experience. Cold temperatures are coming. Avoid breakdowns and keep your system operating with the 21-point heating system efficiency tune-up. Now save $30. Visit BGEHome.com. BGE Home, a Constellation company.
In a world where everyone knows the movies.
No, we're all all in this together. Look, we're going to have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby and Danny.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
Don't miss an all-new immersive walkthrough experience featuring 5 beloved Christmas films. I love Christmas movies, only at Gaylord National this holiday season.
I just wanted to be able to see without glasses and contacts. From start to finish with Dr. Gold, the entire process was completely comfortable.
The goal of Gold Vision is to offer a refractive solution destination for patients. One of the most amazing things about the Smile Laser Eye Surgery is that the very next day, you can hit the beach, hit the pool, everything with no restrictions.
Thanks to Dr. Gold and Gold Vision, I now see more than perfect. My vision is 20/15.
Gold Vision is proud to be the official LASIK and Smile provider of the Baltimore Ravens.
Beat the stress with the Planet Fitness Black Card for zero enrollment, $22.99 a month, and feel great with all the perks. Hurry, deal ends November 16th.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment at $22.99 a month, now through November 16th.
6:40 right now, and throughout the month of November, WMAR News is opening the files on unsolved cases of people who are missing in Maryland.
And this morning we are looking at the case of Chris Dietrich, who was last seen in Elkton nearly 2.5 years ago. And WMAR 2 News' Mark Roper is live this morning in Television Park with the details on this case. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Megan and Christian. Chris Dietrich didn't have a car, bank account, or credit cards, but he did have a cell phone, except that cell phone was turned off when he went missing, which is why police say that he disappeared without a trace. Chris Dietrich was last seen in Elkton on May 29th, 2019. He was spotted on surveillance video at the Cecil County Health Department that morning, but hasn't been seen or heard from since. Chris has a tattoo on his left calf which reads Pearl Jam by mistake. It was supposed to read Pearl Jam. He also has a tattoo of the San Diego Chargers logo on his left shoulder. He walks with a limp and has a swollen left foot due to ongoing health issues. And Chris's 44th birthday is December 16th.
We hope we can get the information out, maybe to the public. Somebody that doesn't know anything or thinks they know anything may trigger their memory and they can contact us. Somebody that maybe would recognize Chris and say, oh, hey, I remember talking to him and I remember him saying X, Y, or Z. Let me call the police and tell them this information.
Now tonight at 6, we'll hear from Chris's family members who tell us why they believe foul play might have led to his disappearance. Reporting live in Television Park, Mark Roper, WMAR 2 News.
All right, no tip is too small or
That's
too
right.
big. Thank you, Mark. All right, well, it is almost Thanksgiving, and one of the biggest celebrations of the holiday is going to look a little different this year.
We'll have that coming up. A lot of people, though, already looking ahead to Christmas. John Matarese has some tips on how you can save on your decorations. You sure that's coming up? It is 6:42 right now, 41 degrees outside.
Lady Gaga is coming to GMA.
Probably one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me.
And she's bringing a few friends.
What can I tell you?
Al, Selma, Jared, and Adam. This week on Good Morning America.
You're welcome.
Did you know that Naloxone, also known as Narcan, is a safe medication that can reverse an opioid overdose and save a life? Naloxone is an easy-to-use nasal spray that is available at Maryland pharmacies, and you don't even need a prescription to get it. And it may be covered by your health insurance. You can also check your local health department for availability in your area. Learn how to be a hero and how to save a life. For more information, visit beforeitstoolate.maryland.gov or call 211 and press 1. We are here to help. We are the Maryland Department of Health.
We all get one body, one beating heart, one functioning mind, and one precious opportunity to use them. If your quality of life has suffered because of medical negligence, you need help. You need Julia Arfa.
At Arfa Law Group, we specialize in medical malpractice, helping injured patients get what they deserve. If you're a victim of medical negligence, call us. We're ready to help.
Call the Arfa Law Group or visit arfalawgroup.com.
Some things can't be tried at home.
Where next?
With Capital One, the possibilities are unlimited. Introducing Venture X, our new class of travel card. Earn 10x miles on hotels and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, plus receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Find your where next with Venture X. What's in your wallet?
After you've been hurt in a car accident, the real fight for your life begins. At the Cochran Firm, we've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for our clients. If you or a loved one have been seriously injured, call the Cochran Firm at 1-800-THE-FIRM.
WMAR 2 News is brought to you by the Snyder Law Group. Don't just sue them, Snyder them.
Some top stories right now. 500 National Guard troops are in standby in Kenosha, Wisconsin, as closing arguments are set to begin in the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse. He is charged with killing 2 people and injuring another in a shooting that happened during a Black Lives Matter protest last year. The death toll from Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival has now reached double digits. This 9-year-old boy died over the weekend from injuries suffered at that concert. The boy's father said they stayed toward the back of the crowd for safety, but in a sudden rush, they were pushed down. Police there in Houston say the boy had been critically injured and on life support after being trampled by the crowd there.
Well, in Dallas, police say a Southwest Airlines employee was hospitalized after being attacked by a passenger. According to Southwest, a female passenger was asked to get off a flight from Dallas to New York after getting into an argument. As she walked off the plane, witnesses say she hit an operations agent in the head with a closed fist. That passenger was charged with aggravated assault and is being held on a $10,000 bond. And if you qualify for a child tax credit, you should receive the payment today. The Treasury Department says some families may receive their check through the mail, so the money may arrive late. The final check is scheduled to be deposited on December 15th. The president wants this program to continue into the year 2025, but lawmakers are worried about the cost.
It is 6:45 right now. The holidays could look a little different this year because there is a shortage right now of holiday decorations.
Not too surprising. This morning, John Matarese explores your decorating options so you don't waste your money.
I've already purchased and I'm already putting them up.
Deborah Boggs isn't allowing the Grinch to steal her Christmas. With so many decorations sitting in shipping containers, there won't be lots of deals this season. In fact, the only deals you might find are next week.
Black Friday, if anything, is a good time to kind of get decorations.
Lexi Pelchen is a home expert with Forbes Home. She says Black Friday may be your only real chance this year to get the deals on decorations. Our best bet for deep discounts was actually about 6 months ago.
For Christmas, it's actually a really good time of year to shop for decor around that Christmas and July time.
That's all well and good for next year, but how can you save some cash on celebrating the season in 2021?
Think of the ways you can do it yourself or DIY. You know, make a wreath out of candy canes that you can get 100 of them for a few bucks, or make a garland from popcorn and cranberries, and just kind of use what you have.
Not crafty? Decoration swap parties are the newest holiday trend.
A few friends who have some decor and family that don't really want to use them, go in and swap, you know, take from your parents, take from your friends, so everybody feels like they have something new, but it's just something from somewhere else that has been used before.
Finally, who doesn't love free? You know, your own backyard can be the answer to saving cash this holiday season.
Pine cones, little pieces of evergreen trees, acorns, all of that stuff feels very festive and very familiar when it comes to the holidays. Throw it in a nice glass dish or tie little bows around acorns, you know. It's a really easy and free and eco-friendly way to decorate for the holidays.
All great ways to help you celebrate the season so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
There's a lot of DIY projects in that piece there.
Lynette's over there making a wreath out of candy canes now. Nice job,
She's
Lynette.
so crafty.
Well done.
All right, well, hey, I know we've been talking a lot about Christmas this morning, but we do have Thanksgiving. That's 10 days away, and one of the biggest celebrations is actually getting back to normal this year.
Everything was not normal last year, but crews are now preparing for the 95th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And over the weekend, some of the new balloons got a test run. They include Baby Yoda, Pikachu. I think that was that Ronald McDonald?
Yes,
the first?
it
Yeah,
was,
that was a big Ronald McDonald balloon. There's
Baby Yoda.
Biggest Baby Yoda ever. And volunteers in New York testing out the floats, making sure they can withstand the wind and any other conditions they might run into. Last year's parade was shorter because of the pandemic. This year it is going to be back to normal, expected to be a 2.5-mile route. What has he got?
A heart?
Ronald McDonald's got a big heart.
He
does. Who's that little
Carrying
cutie
above
next to Ronald McDonald? She's a cutie
parade.
pie.
Oh. But the Baby Yoda's cute, too. There he is.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda.
I mean, and it's probably too early to say, Lynette, but they are concerned about the wind on Thanksgiving Day in New York when that parade happens.
Exactly. That's always the main concern.
Yep.
So it's a good thing it's not happening today, because I do not think that would go off at all, as we are dealing with some very gusty conditions here in Maryland. And those winds will gust up to about 35 to 40 miles an hour before it's all said and done. We're already getting the sustained winds this morning up to about 20 miles an hour. So it's going to be a rough go of it as we continue through the rest of today, meaning that it's going to feel a lot colder out there. So make sure you dress appropriately. So we do have the actual temperatures coming in the 40s in central Maryland, back off towards Deep Creek, the mountains there. Temperature coming in right around 29 degrees. As we move through the day, we will start to see some changes in the forecast for us, so you can see how it's going to feel out there. So this morning, it feels more like the 20s and the 30s in most spots. As we go into the afternoon, we're going to feel more like the 40s out there. So it's going to be much colder. I'm forecasting a high today about 51 degrees before it's all said and done. So these temperatures on their own this morning, this afternoon, going to be below average, and we are going to continue to watch the wind chill as we continue through the rest of today. And even as we head towards tomorrow, it won't be as gusty tomorrow, but we're still going to be dealing with breezy conditions. Look what's back off towards the west. We do see some snow into western Maryland this morning, and because of that, they're going to be dealing with this winter weather advisory until 10 o'clock now. This has been updated. It was until 7 o'clock, but now this is going to go until about 10 o'clock. So if your travels are taking you in that direction, just know that travel is going to be impacted because of the snow. It's quite slick out there, and all this is courtesy of this cold front. And it's not only affecting western Maryland, there's some snow back off towards the upper Midwest as well. High pressure building in behind this area of this cold front, I should say. As we go through the rest of today, we are going to see a mix of sun and clouds out there. We already did have a few spotty showers, rain showers, off towards the north and east now, so we are drying things out. We'll stay that way for the next several days, as we will have that mix of sun and clouds. And for today, windy with sun, windy with clouds. We will be below average. High temperature coming in at 51, and we should be at 58 degrees now for this time of the year. So below average today, below average tomorrow, and then look what happens as we head towards Wednesday. 63 degrees is going to be that temperature, so we head above average. And then I actually think that we may squeak out 70 degrees as we head towards Thursday. So this forecast really does have a little bit of something for everybody. If you're a fan of the chilly conditions, we have it. If you're a fan of the warmer conditions, we have it. And then temperatures will go right back down as we head into the weekend. Let's go to check the traffic now with Lauren.
Thank you very much, Lynette. If you're taking 895 this morning, watch out for a disabled vehicle reported northbound at the Harbor Tunnel. It blocks the right lane. There are also backups. Actually, I'll get to the Beltway in just a moment. First, an update for you on a fire in West Baltimore. It has been brought under control, and West North Avenue has recently reopened between North Monroe Street and Fulton Avenue. Here's a look at 695. Now, speeds are dropping on the west side outer loop from Liberty Road into Catonsville. It will take 7 extra minutes to get from 795 to 95. It's also starting to congest on the outer loop from Harford Road to Towson. There is a crash on 83 leading to heavy delays southbound as you approach Schwann Road. It was just moved to the shoulder of the highway. You're looking at a 1 hour and 1 minute drive from the PA line to the Beltway. There's also a crash westbound Route 50 at the Bay Bridge that blocks the left lane there of Route 50. Christian, Megan?
Okay, Lauren, thanks very much. It is 6:52 right now. Coming up on Good Morning America, ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl is going to be talking about his new book. It's called Betrayal. It is a very close look at the events that followed the 2020 presidential election.
And Amy Robach, she made it to Antarctica this morning. The focus of the journey, this is what I've been waiting for, the penguins and how they survive on that continent. That's all coming up on Good Morning America. But first, we got to finish up Good Morning Maryland.
A parent knows when their child is not quite right. Hospital errors at birth can cause delayed development.
Call attorneys Spector and Kopech.
Birth problem cases are medical malpractice, and that's all we do.
He thinks it's a video game.
He's learning.
And he doesn't even know it.
Learning made fun, parenting made easier.
Thanksgiving. Turkey on a platter. Togetherness. And rip-roaring fun.
Start your Thanksgiving off right at the Y Turkey Trot Charity 5K. Bring the whole family. Hang with your best friends. Get your heart pumping. Plus, get that special feel-good vibe that comes from helping others. Don't miss out. Be your family's ringleader for fun Thanksgiving morning at the Y Turkey Trot Charity 5K. Register now at ymdturkeytrot.org.
Family fitter, bath fitter, style fitter, bath fitter, you fitter, bath fitter. We install beautiful tubs that fit perfectly over your old one with no mess or demo. Get the bath you want in a day with quality that lasts a lifetime. It just fits. Bath fitter.
Call right now and pay no interest for 24 months. Find out why Bath Fitter is the perfect fit.
Jones Junction is proud to announce that we have reached a milestone. 100,000 positive online likes and reviews. Reviews often mention Jones for a lifetime. Free oil changes, car washes, and an engine guaranteed for a lifetime. Customers love our selection of vehicles, new and used, our parts and service departments, and our convenient location, only 15 minutes from the White Marsh Mall. As an employee at Jones Junction since 2019, I can personally say that everyone here wants to make sure you have the best customer experience.
There you are. You know, Kath, with Chase Freedom Unlimited, we can cash back on all our holiday shopping, earn 3% at drugstores.
I'll be at checkout. You'll bring the card.
Wait, I'm paying again? Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Are you suffering with neuropathy, experiencing stabbing pain, numbness, tingling, or burning in your feet or hands? Then call York Road Chiropractic at 410-628-2808 to learn how we can help with neuropathy and these painful symptoms.
Car wrecks can happen at any time. That's why you can call us at any time, day or night.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maryland. Today's shout out comes from the sweetest place on earth.
Good morning, Maryland. Hershey Park Christmas Candy Lane is now open through January 2nd. Join us for 5 million lights, rides and coasters, Santa and his reindeer, and hot chocolate, of course. Visit HersheyPark.com for tickets, hours, and more information. Happy holidays!
Sounds like a lot of fun and fun for the whole family. You can go to Hershey Park's website to save 40% on tickets now through Sunday. And we will, of course, share a link to that on WMAR2news.com. So thanks so much to Hershey Park for that shout out. We are always looking for videos. If you would like to help our news team say Good Morning Maryland, just record a clip and email it over to me at lauren.cook@WMAR.com.
People talk about the big accomplishments of childhood. Nina's big accomplishments were getting to the next level, like Reese's Bar, Hershey Bar. Eventually, you're a Twizzler. Like those were big. Big accomplishments for Nina. Yeah, Charlotte's going to love them too when she gets up to Hershey Park. Got time for one final check of the traffic and the weather.
So we're going to start with Chief Meteorologist Lynette Charles. And Lynette, good morning for a nice cup of Hershey's hot chocolate.
Sounded good.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, you wouldn't want to melt him, would you?
Oh, no, not that guy. Oh, geez.
He's going to melt
a little devious.
Weather.
Oh my God.
Yes,
just the mascot. We're not melting the mascot. Okay.
There's some very cold temperatures on tap for today, guys, and not just this morning. I want to start you outside at the Inner Harbor where we can see the clouds out there, but we're starting to see a few breaks in those clouds. So that will be the trend as we continue through the rest of today. We will decrease the clouds. We will have more sunshine, but those clouds still going to be there. So a nice mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. The gust forecast is going to be a big deal as well. It's going to be quite windy as we continue through the rest of today, making the 40s this morning feel more like the 30s, so make sure you do bundle up as you head out and about. Let's get a check of the traffic now with Lauren.
Thank you very much, Lynette. I'm following a disabled vehicle on 895. This blocks the right northbound lane at the Harbor Tunnel. Fortunately, 95 and the JFX are up to speed. 695 is slowing down. It's those normal trouble spots, the outer loop from Liberty Road into Catonsville, and then the outer loop from Harford Road to Towson. Heavy backups as well on the Harrisburg Expressway due to an accident southbound approaching Schwann Road. Right now, you're looking at an average speed of 16 miles per hour. And to get from the PA line to the Beltway, it'll take 54 minutes. There's also an accident westbound Route 50 at the Bay Bridge that blocks one lane. Christian, Megan?
Lauren, thanks very much. That's all the time we have for the Monday edition of Good Morning Maryland.
After the latest news, weather, and traffic, go to our website, social media, or our app.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that
Western Maryland
snow.
again.